look like that. And you can hear a little bit of the sound. And you can adjust, there is some. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3.
There's a little bit of delay. I think there's about maybe a 5-second delay in the video.
All right, well, I call this meeting to order. Welcome, everybody. We have a quorum. And do we have any changes to an approval of the agenda?
No changes to the agenda.
Okay. And then if we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good stuff. All right. So we need to do the approval of the minutes. If we'd like to look that over, and if anybody would like to make a motion, go right ahead. Correct.
Second. Well, I thought that was only if there were changes. If there were changes, so there were no changes to the agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. That's, did she vote? Yes. Oh, that's unanimous. All right, no old business. And our new business, when you're ready, Joe.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So tonight we have one item, actually, well, there's two items, but the first item under new business, we have a master sign application for 831 South Main Street here in Lowell. That is the Gastonia Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, all the GM products down here at the corner of South Main and Highway 74. Just like the ones you guys have done in the past, in your packet, starting on that agenda item, you will see my memo, and I'm just going to kind of run through this here and kind of give you some of the highlights, and then the applicant is also here, and we can go over any of those items with you. So, like I said, the project is at 831 South Main Street. The property is approximately 5.65 acres, which does make it eligible for the master sign. If you'll remember, there are code sections attached in here, but in section 17.10 master sign plan. In there it says that properties to be eligible to use this in the ordinance have to be at least 3 acres in size, and then be in one of the commercial, districts, and then there's a few others. So this one, this property is commercially zoned. It's zoned US Highway 74, and it is at least 3 acres, so it is eligible to apply for this application. And so if you'll turn to, I'll say I forgot these aren't numbered. The application page here in your packet. So staff has reviewed this application. The application is complete. Payment has been submitted to the city. And all the pieces of the application are here. And so essentially what they're doing, and I'll turn on the TV so you guys can see this. Oops, Cheryl, you can hit the one that says LG. I'm sorry. So this is also in your packet, and it's what's online as well. So currently, this picture here shows what the current, or what the proposed look is going to be. So the only sign that is changing, if you see on the screen, is the one that says, they're proposing it to say Gastonia. Right now, it currently says McKinney, and they want to replace it with the word Gastonia on there, because that's their name for the business. So the question is, well, why are we here? Why are we having to do this? So if you know, this dealership's been around for a while, and if you look at the total amount of signage that they have, it well exceeds our maximum of, so we have a baseline of 32 square feet, and then I remember a couple months ago, you guys did a text amendment that said if you're in the industrial or the commercial, then those businesses could have up to 100 square feet. If you add up all of the signage for this property, all the wall signage, it exceeds that 100. So that's why we're still having to kind of come back and look at this particular sign. So if you'll look up here at the screen, this would be probably the second or third page in the package for this application. It gives you some of the dimensions. So you're looking at an overall sign of square feet of 25.32 square feet to say the words Gastonia. This is actually smaller than the McKinney signage, maybe a letter or two less. So ultimately, all the additive signs, overall your square footage is dropping slightly, a couple of square feet, maybe 2 or 3 in there. So staff has reviewed it, and staff is recommending approval of this based on those items. But ultimately, the planning board, and so this is on the second page of the memo, there's 4 things. So if you look at section 17.10-4 has your review procedure. And I'll read this, so we got it in the minutes. So it says, reviewing procedure: in reviewing the proposed master sign plan, the planning board and city council shall take the following matters into consideration. Number 1, the extent to which the proposed master sign deviates from the sign allowances otherwise applicable in this article. Number 2, the rationale provided by the applicant for the deviations. Number 3, the extent to which the master sign plan promotes city goals associated with community character, wayfinding, pedestrian orientation, and business identification. And number 4, the degree to which the master sign plan creatively and effectively addresses the issues and constraints unique to the site with regard to the signage. So those 4 matters, or 4 items those are the questions that you need to be answering in your mind. And when you're making a motion, if you want to approve it, you kind of need to make those in the affirmative, or basically say that you're finding those things true if you're going to recommend it, and if you're not, then you would need to find that those things are not true as an example. Also included in your package after the artwork, sorry, some of that got cut off, but they have attached a letter from the applicant. It's going to be towards the end. Actually, oh, yeah, there. So it has the date at the top, and it's addressed to the city planning. It looks like the sheet I have in my hand. There you go. You're on it, Scott. Yep. So this is their letter. So part of the application is they kind of make their explanation and answering some of those questions. That's where that information is currently found. It kind of basically restates what I just said. So I'll pause there, let you guys read that, and then I can answer any questions. And then again, the applicant is here, and if you'd like them to make a statement or ask them any questions, they're here to do that as well.
Just clarify, the only sign that's going to be changed is just McKinney to Gastonia. The other signage is already there, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Did anybody have any questions from our guest or from Joe?
I do. I have one. You're here. My question is, in here, I want to make sure I understand this. You're agreeing to go with the smaller sign?
And if you want to, sorry, if you'd like to address the planning board, if you'll go up, state your name and address for the record for our clerk, and then you can respond to the board.
I need to hit a button?
Yeah, if you hit that button, it should turn red. There you go.
All right, great. My name is Ryan Fay. I'm the Director of Business Operations for the group running the dealership. So the sign is just smaller based on the fact that that there are less letters. So it's not a matter of going smaller or bigger. It's just the Gastonia word is smaller than McKinney. And so that's the only thing that we're needing to change for marketing and business purposes.
Okay.
Fay, F-A-Y.
Did anybody else have any questions, or would anybody like to make a motion, or?
I'll make a motion to accept the proposed change in signage based on section 1710-4, review procedure for approving or disapproving a change.
Do I have a second?
So just to be, so you are finding those items?
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll second.
I have a second. All in favor? Unanimous.
Good, Cheryl.
Do we want to move on to Planning Board Monthly Report?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So as we started a few months ago, I've started attaching the monthly report just to kind of keep the board up to date on the monthly activities of the planning department. So you will see those items listed there on the last page of your packet. Like I said, This is really just more of an FYI, just to let you know what we're working on, kind of the status of projects and stuff in the town. So I'll open it up if you have any questions about any of the items that are there, or if there's any projects or anything you'd like me to touch on, or maybe that weren't in the report, or something that you've seen, I'd be happy to do that at this point.
Can you just tell us again, for the sake of record, year over year, how we are on that permit count? I know we went over that last time, but.
Sure. So yes, so our current permit count is at 161 year-to-date. So that's from January 2023 until when we pulled it Friday, when we were pulling the report. So at this exact time last year, when I had just come on, we only did about 60 to 65 permits for the entire year. So we've already blown past, we've more than doubled and heading towards tripling. There's, some of the newer neighborhoods are getting started, and usually those comes in 10s and 20s when they submit those. And so I fully expect our permit count to get up into the 180s, maybe even 200 potentially. And again, this does not even include site plan reviews. It doesn't include subdivision reviews, and those are kind of calculated on a project basis. These are really just permits for, and what's going into this count are zoning permits of any kind. So it could be new home, it could be an addition, accessory structure, signs, all those sort of things, remodels, kind of new constructions. And so it's really just capturing those, but there's also additional work that kind of goes on, additional reviews and permits and things that we're working on that don't necessarily get captured in there. So. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Is that everything, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Well, if that's everything, if I could get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Unanimous.
It's gonna be a race.